Thursday, October 31st. The kaiju power scaling community is crowded in toxicity. Even with Godzilla Day around the corner, hidden in the chaos is the element, waiting to strike like a door. But I'm there too. 2 years of scaling has turned me into a power scaling fanatic, searching for a way to please all kaiju fans. With this new wave of toxicity, I don't know anymore. I'll have to dive deeper, find a root to many of these toxic arguments, one that began in the year 2014.
What's up? It is your most hated kaiju power scaler, King Churros here, and today might actually be the day where I live up to my title for the most hated kaiju power scaler, because I'm gonna make fan bases mad today. Because today is when I covered the greatest battle of the century, the war between Earth's greatest threat, Heisei Godzilla, and Earth's greatest guardian, legendary Godzilla. Who's the strongest? Who's the real winner? I, King Churros, will venture out to figure out their stats, their feats, to determine the true winner. We'll start off with their strength and attack potency. Monsterverse is a brute. I mean, look at bro. He looks like he's built to lift up anything, including your mom. Legendary Godzilla weighs over 99,000 tons, nearly 100,000 tons. By default, he should be able to lift up and throw things that are around that weight. He can physically overpower other monsters, such as the female Muto, who weighs 60,000 tons, and swing around the mighty Kong, who weighs 90,000 tons, and lift up Mutaprine, who weighs 135,000 tons, and that was when he was weakened! And he can even tackle and push around King Ghidorah, who weighs 141,000 tons! Yikes, this guy is strong, but man, I still don't think he's strong enough to lift up your But that's not all! Legendary is even stronger than this! Kong can easily open a 300-meter door made of Earth's crust, which can classify him into Class G of strength. Being Class G means Kong can lift up the largest man-made structures, such as skyscrapers. And we see how strong Godzilla is in comparison to Kong. But even then, Monsterverse Godzilla can be even stronger than that! According to account to the respected kaiju power scaler, Godzilla King of the Monsters, King Ghidorah being able to carry a storm that's the size of Brazil would grant him Class P, which means Monsterverse Godzilla could lift around large asteroids to even small moons. And even then, he's still not strong enough to lift up your Heisei Godzilla is the king of thick thighs, being 60,000 tons. Man's lifted up and slammed King Ghidorah, who weighs 70,000 tons. Then played baseball with Super Mecha G, who weighs 150,000 tons. He was able to catch a speeding Mecha King Ghidorah, which can give him Class T strength, enough to lift up the heaviest mountains in the world. But Heisei isn't finished yet. He easily physically overpowers Mothra and Batra, who both had a mission to divert a meteor sent to destroy Earth. This gives Heisei Godzilla Class Z strength, enough to lift up small planets. Yikes! Both of these guys are pretty strong. Too bad I'm stronger than both of them, but that's besides the point. Now let's move on to their attack potency. So yeah, I think Heisei and Legendary are pretty cool.
Fodder.
Who was that?
We finally meet, King Churros.
The Quizzler? You're the toxic guy who keeps commenting on my videos and disagreeing with everything because it's not your opinion. What are you doing on my channel?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to come by and, well, give you a little riddle that you might enjoy.
Alright, let's hear your little riddle.
What's trash, overrated, and makes mid-movies and has slow fights.
The live-action Disney movies?
No, fucking multiverse. It's the Must vs. Godzilla series!
Oh my god, I'm so sick of you guys always saying Monsterverse is overrated just because it's new, and this whole fodder thing! Like, what do you mean?
Joe.
The toucan? What are you doing here?
The toucan. I'm here to say that Hashi Godzilla is overrated.
Oh, and then there's the Heisei haters, always complaining about something. You know, you guys are two of the worst Godzilla fans I gotta deal with all the time.
We're not the worst. We're stating facts and opinions as it should be. You know that we are right about our facts, and you just don't want to admit that the Monster series is garbage.
You guys are just always complaining about something, thinking you're always right. You do realize this is fiction, it's subjective. The authors and all these things you say is true can easily be debunked and retconned because it's fiction. It's not like science or anything where it can't be changed.
I'm saying that you know that you're wrong. You're just trying to make viewers out of your own based opinions.
Okay, whatever makes you guys. I'm gonna go continue making my video. Thank you very much, and I'm gonna go in my churro-mobile and leave you morons alone.
Yeah, making your mid videos while we're fucking your mom.
Yeah. Oh.
For attack potency, Monsterverse Godzilla scales to Muto Prime, who is capable of causing magnitude 12 earthquakes. And it doesn't end there. He's also able to fight in Kong. The mighty Kong can endure many things, such as helicopter fire, sonic screeches, and island-destroying storms. But one really notable thing Kong endured is a hollow earth vortex. The vortex has outright been compared to a black hole and stated to have the gravity of an entire planet. However, it's unsure how literal these statements are. That doesn't mean the vortex is a pushover though. A calc made by Gal de Leon, or Lion, I'm so sorry if I butchered your name, shows that Kong casually endured 313 petatons of force. That's enough power to wipe out all 7 continents on the Earth, and more. Kong survived all of that casually, but he cannot survive Godzilla's atomic heat ray, which has been stated to be the most powerful weapon in nature. The novel states that Kong would get sliced in half by the atomic breath, and the movie helps confirm this by Kong shouting in pain by getting hit by a piece of it and going out of his way to avoid it at all costs. Using the Versus Wiki one-shot calculator, we would do 313 times 7.5, which would equate to 2.3 exatons. Some like to do higher one-shot calculators such as 10 or 12, which can get you up to 3 exatons for Monsterverse atomic breath. All of which is enough to vaporize the oceans and continents, still being multi-continental, extremely strong. Monsterverse doesn't end there though. His greatest enemy, King Ghidorah, put him to his absolute limit. The Brazil-sized storms King Ghidorah generated has a kinetic energy of up to nearly 17 exatons, an extreme high end of multi-continental, nearly pushing moon level. Alright, let's get to the big guns. Let's talk about the feat everybody goes crazy about. The Hollow Earth Drill. When Monsterverse Goji fired a hole into the Earth, it has a low-end calc of up from 500 gigatons all the way up to 91 petatons. And if we factor in quantum scaling, potentially small planet AP 2 zetatons or 11 exatons per second. This consistency, however, can be questioned. This was only stated once, and none of the other guides or information ever points to his atomic breath being quantum destructible. However, he does fight King Ghidorah and the Shinomura, both of which who have high regeneration. Shinomura specifically being able to regenerate from one single cell. Can argue that Monsterverse atomic breath has developed over time to combat opponents who are able to generate from small atoms. Monsterverse Godzilla should be around from multi-continental all the way up to potentially small planet, depending if you want to take the quantum scaling literal. Heisei, on the other hand, damages his cosmic doppelganger Space Godzilla, who absorbs whole entire stars for energy. This easily places Heisei at star level. However, that's a low ball. Space Godzilla's origin derives from a black hole being calculated at 320 exafol, firmly placing Heisei in solar system. But I say multi-solar system and even multi-galaxy level, due to the only one cell of Heisei being able to tank the entire solar system. So he definitely should be above even just that. Monsterverse and Heisei's durability should both scale to their AP, as they were both able to withstand their own atomic breath strike back at them. But at the same time, I will note some extra things. Monsterverse was able to withstand a Permian extinction, which was able to wipe out 90% of life on Earth, and a fall from the stratosphere. And Heisei endured Super Mecha G, redirecting his own atomic breath at him at a 10,000 times stronger than it originally was fired at. Also, Heisei was able to withstand Biolante stabbing into his arms and hands, and Destroyer having a horn that can slice through anything, slicing right through his chest, and he had to regen in time. Not to mention, Heisei also had to withstand his atomic breath being fired back at him thousands of times stronger with the Super X2. So yeah, they both have some pretty good stuff in terms of durability. Cut all of that out. As for speed, Monsterverse can run at 200 miles per hour on 2 legs, and on all 4s, he can increase it to 513 miles. His atomic breath is made of radiation, which travels 75% the speed of light, or FTL in water, giving Monsterverse relativistic to light speed with his atomic breath. He could combat King Ghidorah, Kong, and Mechagodzilla, all of who can dodge and react to his atomic breath. Godzilla can combat them, giving him relativistic speed. However, it must be noted that those 3 are all faster than him, so he does not scale equally in terms of speed. Heisei's atomic breath was able to tag Mothra and Batra, both of whom can react to laser beams being light speed. So at a minimum, Heisei's atomic breath should at least be light speed. Now, Heisei fans, I'm not too keen on the crystal scaling, so I know I'm going to catch a lot of heat for this, but hear me out. The atmosphere in the Toho-verse slows down kaijus quite often. This is evident with King Ghidorah and Gigan in the Solar Series going from MFTL/Mach 400 all the way down to Mach 3. And same thing with Space Godzilla. He's also been nerfed down to Mach 3, even though he was clearly moving at much faster paces in space. And even in the movie, it seems pretty consistent, because once he captured Godzilla Jr., he went to that island he captured him on and went to Japan. And it took him what seemed to be a couple of hours. It was shown to be nighttime. Nikki got captured by some terrorist guys, and they had to go on this whole mission to go stop it. And in the meantime, Space Godzilla was barely reaching Japan by the time they got to Japan. So it's a bit weird to say Space Godzilla is moving at massively faster than light speeds on Earth, when in order to do that, he would have to move nanoseconds from place to place, because moving around the Earth at light speed is extremely fast. So him not moving at those speeds kind of helps prove that the atmosphere is slowing him down, and that Toho isn't just chatting. Also, I'd like to mention that the crystals are animated very differently from when they are in space versus when they are on Earth, and they seem to have 2 different functions. The ones that were moving at MFTL speeds are shown to absorb energy and was used to withhold Junior, while the ones fired at Godzilla were singular and didn't seem to have the same purpose. Obviously, the crystals always power up Space Godzilla, but you can tell there's a difference between the 2. I won't say they're exactly 2 different things, because I don't have official confirmation, but they're clear. They don't seem to be the exact same thing. However, I can accept some MFTL scaling for Heisei Godzilla due to him being able to tag Space Godzilla, and Space Godzilla in space, where the atmosphere will not slow down, was being tagged by Mogira. And that should mean Heisei Godzilla's atomic breath should be at similar speeds, given that Space Godzilla's reaction times isn't slowed down. So if it's not slowed down on Earth, this would mean he could still get MFTL even without the crystal stuff. So for me, I can't really let the crystal stuff slide, because there's too many variables that make me go, But I do find ways that excuse the MFTL stuff. So yeah, it turns out that Cut that. Overall, accounting attack potency, durability, and speed, Heisei kind of washes. He is at times stronger, more durable, and has faster attacks. Speed Blitz and Legendary, as Legendary being Speed Blitz by Lightspeed attacks already by Mechagodzilla and Kong, and then getting one-shotted in a process by Heisei, making Heisei, in terms of just base power scaling, the winner.
Well, would you look at who it is, King Cuckoos? Oh, riddle me this. What's big, fat, and gets hurt by fodder missiles?
Oh, let me guess, you're gonna say Legendary Godzilla.
That's funny, King Midrose, because I didn't even say the answer you already knew.
Of course, that was the most obvious thing you're gonna say, because you're just hating on Legendary Godzilla just because he has a lot of fanboys.
Oh, that's pretty funny, Mixtapes, because I brought a friend this time. Allow me to introduce to you my number one.
Who the heck are you?
It is I, the cackler. Because I cackle.
The
I'm
cackler?
here to expose you as the worst power skiller of all time. I'm you freaking jerk. Do you really think those crystals are moving way beyond the speed of light, you brain-dead idiot moron, stupid head, dummy face? Do you really think Legendary's smarter, you stupid moron, dumbhead, idiot, stupid face? Only a simp like you could ever think that.
You tell him, Cackler!
Do you really
guys
think
are
we
just
live in a
haters.
society? Do you really think we live in a society where people actually enjoy your YouTube videos? You're just a clown of YouTube. You're nothing.
You're just saying that just to get under my skin.
Oh, would you look at the toucans here as well? The foil on your fodder!
The toucan!
No mixtapes, we talked about this. Your characters are all father. I hope you know that, right?
You guys just stay hating on everything that's about Godzilla just because they have
No,
fanboys. Sounds like this.
Shut your mouth. Let me finish. You see now, here's the problem with you, because you always do this. You think your characters are good, but they're just putting ass terrible. You gotta remember that.
You guys are just saying anything you just go through your head just to get through my skin, just because people like Legendary Godzilla or Heisei Godzilla. I don't have time for this. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, like how the Calcar gets in your mom's skin.
See you later, loser!
Oh!
We got him, guys.
We got that cool.
We live in a society where we got him.
Churros, what's wrong?
Oh, you know Catwoman does. Wait! You're not Catwoman! You're Starfire! You're supposed to be Catwoman! How you messed up the stupid line like that?
Starfire is still DC. I'm not switching.
Oh yeah, you're switching. I didn't write you to be Catwoman just for you to completely ignore exactly what.
Yeah. That's besides the point. Why are you up here all alone?
Since you insist, the Quizler and Cackler and Toucan, they just started roasting me and blaming me, and I just got sick of it. I didn't care to listen to it.
I see. You let the internet get to you again.
Internet never gets to me, Starfire. You're just making things up.
Yeah, okay, no. The internet definitely got to you again.
Fine. Yeah, the Quizler is starting to say things that really get under my skin, and then you brought the Cackler in, and the Cackler really got under my skin, and now I'm starting to feel like my YouTube channel isn't worth much. Like, what if I am wrong, man?
So you're telling me you're gonna sit here and allow these trolls to get the best of you, knowing damn well you're better than that? What matters is that you can do a lot with scaling videos. Why are you letting these losers scare you from expressing yourself?
Well, I guess you do got a point. I could. Yeah, there's some losers behind the screen. What did they do telling me what to do with my life? You know what? Just to make them mad, I'm gonna see if Legendary Godzilla can beat the crap out of Heisei in equal stats. You know what? That's it. It's equal stats. That's what I'm finna do.
I knew it. I knew that Titan-sized head of yours could figure something out. Now go back out there and make that video, champ.
You teach those stupid villains what an equal stats fight would be. Okay, so guys, here it is. Monsterverse versus Heisei. They're both on the same playing field. Heisei can no longer one-shot. The speed is pretty much equalized. I would say Monsterverse will be more agile, and Heisei is going to be more tanky. So yeah, what would happen if it was to play out the way you would think it would play out? Pretty much them being able to slap each other, fire their atomic breaths at each other. What would happen? All right. So here's what I would say. both in character, Legendary will roar and charge at Heisei like he would in character, like he did towards Ghidorah and Mechagodzilla. He did it against the female Mewtwo too, even. And then we got Heisei Godzilla, who I've rewatched all the Heisei films, and I'm actually not kidding with you. Heisei starts every single fight by spewing his atomic breath. Every single fight, he just starts with that. So, it is extremely in character for Heisei to just start blasting Legendary with his atomic breath off rip while Legendary tries charging at him. It seems like Legendary only starts off with his atomic breath if he doesn't take his opponent very seriously and wants the fight to be over with very quickly. While Heisei will just do it on a regular basis because that's like his favorite go-to move. So Heisei's gonna just spam Legendary with his atomic breath, and well, I guess he could power up his atomic breath and hit him with the red spiral ray or the uranium heat ray. Okay, well, let's just say Legendary just somehow managed to get up close to Heisei, and he just starts slashing and clashing at him like he did Kong and biting his arms. Wait, what was that? Huh? Heisei to charge up his punches, make his punches amplified. What? Oh, okay, well, Legendary can get hit by stuff attacks stronger than he usually output. He fought Ghidorah, so you know, huh? Heisei can bite Legendary like he did Space Godzilla and block him from using his energy and absorb it to power himself up. Brother, you're making... Oh, that did happen. Well, Legendary will just smack Heisei with his big tail like he did Kong and Ghidorah and the Melmew. Hey, Heisei is smart enough to catch the tail and make Godzilla go up and down. Oh. Huh. God. Okay. Burning thermonuclear mode. He's ready to go. And sure, maybe Heisei's in burning. Let's talk about this. He powers up. He charges his attack. Then, what do you mean Heisei's infinite heat ray? And you're telling me Legendary can't... Well, Legendary can absorb its radiation. You'll just, let it, charge up his own attacks, and then Heisei's gonna get blood. What do you mean Heisei can do the same thing? Well, you mean the infinite heat ray gets infinitely stronger each time it's used? That doesn't even make sense. Well, if it isn't obvious by me constantly bringing up the things Heisei can do, it's pretty clear, even in equal stats, Heisei still wins. And as much as I don't want to admit it, because I already know the cackler and the stupid Quizler is going to hear this. So all relevant, it's kind of hard to prove when Heisei has so many extra abilities and he has so many resistances that it's even questionable if Legendary would still even be relevant. As we already know, Heisei can absorb some of the energy Legendary throw at him and just revert it back to Legendary. And we see how Legendary reacts to those. So now I'm even in question, like, how much can he really do? Maybe if it's just straight hands to hands, Legendary can do some work. Even then, Heisei still has some nice stuff. He's smart enough to choke his opponents, grab them from behind. He does some human maneuvers. But Legendary also does some human stuff, as he's also able to pick up his opponents and lift them and throw them around. So maybe in a hand-to-hand combat setting, Legendary may have more of an edge. He's more, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, Heisei is extremely reliant on his atomic breath. Nowhere near as much as the haters would say, where he just uses atomic breath and he doesn't know how to fight at all. He knows how to fight, but he definitely prefers his atomic breath more than anything else. Well, Legendary is more of a combative fighter, so maybe Legendary will take the edge there, but if they're allowed to use their extra abilities, I think Heisei got it. I mean, it's equal stats, sure, but when you take the fact that Heisei can literally amplify all of his attacks, even in base stances, It makes it harder and harder for Legendary to win because Heisei, even in equal stats, is not even equal because he just powered himself up throughout the fight. So, yeah, I guess Legendary still loses.
Well, well, would you look at this? He's back. King Charles, riddle me this, and riddle me that. Who's the black cap who couldn't make a comeback?
I tried to do something, I guess.
Did all that just to take another L? What an idiot.
Oh, green. Oh.
I did what I could, you know, like I guess Legendary really does lose.
Charles, what did I tell you?
Starfire? You're right. You know what? Quizler, the Cackler, the Toucan. I'm not gonna let what you guys say to me bother me anymore. I'm stepping up. I'm sick and tired of hearing these dumb, repetitive arguments and all these hatreds towards each other and these just unkind comebacks towards one another, even though we're all in the same community. I'm tired of it, and I'm moving on. We're literally all in love with the same character. It doesn't matter if it's Showa, Heisei, Legendary. It's the same exact character. And I'm sick and tired of arguing who does this, who does that. Toho can retcon it any day. They can make all these fights and hypothetical battles we're talking about happen, and literally all the research and everything we said would happen literally doesn't happen because it's fiction. It doesn't matter. It's not real. What are we getting angry about? It's really not that deep. So I'm not going to think about it anymore like that. It's really not that deep. I'm moving on. This is a community where we all love kaiju, so instead of building these walls and dividing one another, I'm going to try to break them and bring us together. We're a good community, and I'm tired of fighting. I'm going to start uniting now. So you guys can say whatever dumb comebacks you want to me, but I'm ready to move on.
Churros. We live in a society where you're the dumbest power scaler of all time. What an L take.
Well, Churros, Man, I guess you're right.
What?
Huh?
Getting angry over a fictional character is, well, kinda gay. And you know what? You're not a dumb kaiju power scaler. You're just a horny black motherfucker. And you know what? I'm no longer the Quizler. My villain era is done.
Wait,
no
what?
more shall I troll your videos just because your
What are you
opinions
doing?
are different than mine.
Stop
I'm now
that.
gonna become...
The Rizzler.
Quizler, what the
I'm
fuck?
gonna fight some real scalers. You guys are stupid.
But first,
Indeed they are. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Starfire, your choppy skin is kind of making me act up. How about I get in that Koryoshi?
Sure.
Friday, December 31st. The kaiju community is still shrouded in toxicity, but now I have a new purpose, a new hope, and that's to bring peace to the community and let us reunite like we once did in 2014 when we got the whole world to see Godzilla together. But now we can see Godzilla together again as a unity, as a fan base, but with respect and love for each incarnation, or some type of respect. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Now on, I'm going to try to show respect towards all scalers and those who have different mindsets of mine. We may not always be on the same page, but I will respect all those to help create a community where we're not going to be in war and cause toxic mindsets towards one another, because the things you say can really affect a person. So I'm going to make sure the things I say
affect people in a positive way. And yes, it seems to be Heisei is the victor of this video, but it's not over for Legendary, as Composite Legendary or Monster vs. Godzilla has another thing to say in his fight against Heisei Godzilla. I have more on this version of Monster vs. Godzilla in future videos, but just know he can scale to anywhere where Heisei scales and even higher with Magic Domain versions. So, yeah, we'll have more videos on that. So, yeah, I'll catch you guys later.